Mr. Sean Sorbie, everybody!
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I hate talking to new people. Seriously, I'm a pretty antisocial person, and the reason really is that I'm so terribly bored with small talk. I know what you're thinking right now, like, why isn't this guy just more interesting? But if you think about it, most relationships begin with some mundane conversation about stuff that doesn't really matter. So I had a lot of trouble making friends growing up for that reason. I only had like 3 close friends. There was Jeff, who was deaf, and there was Jacques, who couldn't talk, and then there was Clyde. He only spoke Swahili. It's not actually true. They all knew sign language, and they didn't know we were friends. And the truth is, I don't really have any friends, and that's how much I hate small talk. Now, fortunately for me, I have one of those jobs that actually requires me to show up. And what's worse is I have coworkers. And they also show up every day and can speak English. So there's actually, there's a guy in my office who's been asking me about my travel plans on a daily basis for 2 years straight. Yeah, Mark, really looking forward to getting away right now. It's like being stuck next to a chatty stranger on a flight that never ends. No matter how long I work with them, we just never move out of that awkward small talk phase. So, how do I address this problem? I do what any mature, well-adjusted adult would do. I avoid it. Someone uses the elevator, I take the stairs. They take the stairs, I use the elevator. Someone comes in my office, I jump out the window. So yeah, that's all this really is to avoid having those stupid conversations that you have to have every Monday morning. Good morning. How was your weekend? And I don't give a crap about my weekend. Half the time I'm hungover. The other half I'm hammered. But that's one of the main reasons why I joined the Marine Corps. But as it turns out, not a place you want to be if you're trying to avoid people. When I was in boot camp, I once shared a porta potty with no less than 7 other Marine recruits. Now, that sounds really bad, but let me tell you, not a lot of small talk going on in there. It's like 8 dudes jammed inside a smelly plastic closet. And everybody's wearing camouflage, so you don't know where your buddy ends and you begin. And everybody has to pull out their junk. I'm 99% sure wasn't holding my own penis. Luckily for all of us, Marines have pretty good aim. But the best part about that situation is that once you've held another man's dong in your hand, if you're still doing small talk, that's his problem. Now, full occupancy porta-johns are not exactly what I had in mind when I joined up. But what I learned is that everything they show you in the recruiting commercials that looks cool is actually completely miserable. So I'm still waiting on the honest recruiting ad. Are you interested in moving into a shitty apartment with a weirdo from Texas? Would you like to spend your time sweeping trees and mopping sidewalks? Do you want to join a fraternity with fewer books and more homoeroticism? Join the Marines. Now, I may be like the least badass veteran out there. You see, when I was in the Corps, I was a professional marcher. Think about professional walking. And part of that was I had a dog, and I walked him. He wore a uniform. He was the mascot of the entire U.S. Marine Corps. And the little mutt outranked me. So he would never sit when I asked. I had to feed all of his meals for him, and he was constantly giving me shit. He may have been a dumb, drooling dog, but he was the best boss I ever had. He never, ever asked me about my weekend. Thanks, y'all.